What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka New York Prepper, and I wanted to just do a quick gear review for you guys. This is something that I've had for a while, but I want to review it because I think it's a very critical piece of gear, and that's the Outxe solar battery bank. Okay, this is a 10,000 milliamp battery in here. All right, so it'll give you a good solid charge for different devices. Excellent product to put in your bug out bag, your get home bag, your hiking pack, your hunting pack. All right, anytime you need to recharge your devices, your various electronics, you want to have some kind of battery with you so you can recharge your electronics, your flashlight, your whatever devices you have. And this Outxe battery bank is the best one that I could find for the money. And it is unfortunately a Chinese product, but there's not really a large variety of battery banks like this on the market in the United States. Unfortunately, I mean, there's Goal Zero, but the offerings for Goal Zero for the smaller batteries like this kind, they're just not that good. They're overpriced, and they don't have as many features, as this does. And this is pretty much 50% the price of anything that Goal Zero has, and it has double the features on it. So what this is just a battery. Okay, there's a battery in here. It's just a giant battery, and you could use that battery to, it's a battery pack. So you use that to recharge your electronics. So here I have my Yaesu ham radio. I have a Nightcore HC65 headlamp, which is my SHTF bug out bag headlamp that I plan to use in a bug out situation. Same thing with this ham radio. Here's my thermal. It's the LTO Tracker HD, which I also keep in my bug out bag. And here's my Phoenix TK09 tactical flashlight. Okay. So you need to keep your devices charged. If you're in a bug out situation, eventually these devices are going to run out. The battery on my Yaesu is going to run out. The battery on the Nightcore is going to run out. The battery on the thermal is going to run out. The battery on the flashlight is going to run out. So you need to have a way to recharge these devices, okay? Now, what I do is I actually buy rechargeable batteries for all of my electronics. And this way, rather than having to carry, 50 batteries with me, I can carry 5 or 6 batteries and then just constantly recharge them. And I don't have to carry a huge amount of batteries and just, constantly recharging. It's just much lighter. You don't have to carry as many batteries, and it's also more efficient. You can charge one battery while you're using another. All right. So, but this device here, it's the perfect size. It weighs only 11 ounces. So it's about 3/4 of a pound. All right, it's very lightweight. It's small. It's the size of probably like a Samsung Galaxy. It's the same size as my Samsung Galaxy phone. All right, so it's small. It's not too thick. It's, I don't know, probably 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, it is waterproof. It's 100% waterproof. It's IP67. I think it's IPX67, so it's supposed to be submersible for up to 30 minutes. So it's it's solid. It's got these rubber cushionings on the corners here. These shock absorbers. Okay, on the corners it has this little these shock absorbers. So if you drop it, this will take the impact. It won't crack. It's a very robust, design. All right, so that's important for any kind of survival battery bank or any kind of survival gear in general. It has to be robust. You can't have something that's going to fall apart. Comes with a clip here, a carabiner clip. You can attach your own if you don't like the one that they give you. They just have this little bar. It's like a metal bar in there, and you can attach your own if you don't like this little one. So you can clip this onto your pack, and it gives you this solar panel here. I think the solar panel is like 2 watts, so it's a very small solar panel. You know, it's going to take a long time to recharge this whole battery by the solar, but the fact that the solar is there, it gives you that option, you know. It's not going to recharge, you know, very quickly in one day, but if you leave it out in the sun for like an entire day, 2-3 days, you'll start to see that it starts charging up a little bit, okay? So in an emergency situation, if this thing dies on me, you know, so what I do is I keep this charged. You charge it up from your wall outlet here. It has 2 USB ports and a micro USB. So you see the 2 USB ports here and a micro USB, okay? And then on the other side, you just have a flashlight here. This is actually a 200 lumen flashlight on here. So it's actually pretty bright. I'll do a demonstration of it later. But I love this texturing that they have here. It gives you like a little bit of a grip, and you know, it adds a little bit of like a little you know, logo to it, I guess. So it is, as you see, it's IP67. So it's supposed to be submersible for 1 meter for 30 minutes, okay? And you could see here that the input is, or the charging from the solar is 1.8 watts. And then it has a capacity of 10,000 milliamps, okay, which is quite a bit. You know, so just to give you an example of how much that is, you know, a typical cell phone is usually around 1,500 milliamps or so, depending on how big the phone is. It could be 1,000 or 2,000 even, but it's somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000. So, you know, you can charge your phone at least 3-4 times or 5 times even if this thing is fully juiced up and fully, you know, charged from your wall outlet. So the way to use this is you charge it up from your wall outlet first, right? And that'll fully charge it, and throw it in your bug out bag, all right? So then if you're bugging out or if you're hiking, all right, and let's say you're hiking and you're using your headlamp, and you know, your headlamp where the battery dies on it, you know, let me just lower the setting here. All right, let's say you're using your headlamp and the battery dies on it, right? If you have rechargeable batteries like I have in here, you know, I can just unscrew this light here, and I can stick. It has a micro USB port here. Anything with a micro USB port, or anything that will take a USB on one side, you can use that to charge. All right, so you plug in your USB, okay, and now I'm going to plug this into my headlamp here, and it's going to start to charge. You see that blue light? That means it's charging right now, okay? And so when it's charging here, it turns on. So when there's the green dots mean that it's fully charged. There's 6 green dots. That means it's a full charge, 10,000 milliamps. As the battery drains, you'll see these dots start to decrease. You'll have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, but I mean, 10,000 milliamps is a lot. And again, it's not heavy. It's only 11 ounces, you know. And to me, this is a critical piece of gear for SHTF, for your bug out bag, or for your hiking pack or your hunting pack. I can also charge my my flashlight or my thermal. Okay, I mean, I can do a lot of stuff with this. Okay. So I can charge my ham radio. If I want to charge my ham radio, same thing. Just plug it in, and then plug the other side into my ham radio here. All right. Now, if you have a satellite phone, same thing. You know, if your battery on your satellite phone runs out, you can recharge that. Okay. So, you know, the battery bank is absolutely essential, in my opinion. It's an essential piece of kit for your survival bag and for your bug out bag, okay? And just the fact that it has the solar, that lets you recharge it if you need to. So here you have the markings. You have output and input. All right. So the input, you're going to charge it from your wall with the or another battery bank. You're going to charge it with the micro USB, and then you have two USB outputs. Okay. So very rugged little thing here. All right. Comes with this carabiner. So what you could do is, if you have like MOLLE webbing on your backpack, you can clip this and let it hang in the sun while you're hiking. If you're hiking in a sunny area, and it will slowly recharge, or you can place it in the sun if you're camping and it'll recharge itself. But if you're bugging out for like 3-4 days, or you're in a get home situation where you have to escape from your job on foot and you need to walk home, you're not going to be out for a very long time. So just having this fully juiced up is going to be enough. But if you do have to recharge it, you got the solar, you're just going to have to use your devices more sparingly and ration out the use, But all right, so here I'm charging my ham radio. I got my thermal. I can charge my thermal. I can charge my flashlight. And it also has this waterproof like rubber port cover. So it snaps over the top. All right, you just snap it over and it seals it nicely, as you can see. All right, and there's the power button here, so I can turn it off. Actually, let me hold it. You got to hold it to shut it off. Okay, so now it's off. If I want to turn it on, I just press the button, and now it tells me that it's fully charged. Shut it off, I just hold it down. Okay, so it's got this this port cover that's waterproof, so you just slide it right off. It's like a plastic with rubber around it, and that seals off these ports here, the USB and the micro USB ports. All right, just show you that, and so that's pretty much it. IP67 waterproof, shock resistant. It's got these bumpers on the corner. Now I have another one, all right, that I actually have in my bug out bag. You can get one that's all black. They have two colors. They have one with the red on the corners, and then they have one with black on the corners. At the time that I bought this, the black ones were sold out, but now I have the black one, and I keep that in my bug out bag. And then this one I actually use when I'm in the woods hunting or shooting, or just going into the deep wilderness, hiking and stuff like that, scouting. I keep this one in my my actual hunting pack, or my hiking wilderness pack. And then my other one, I save it in my bug out bag. So, keep this thing pre-charged. Keep it pre-charged, throw it in your backpack, and this way you can recharge all your devices. Like I said, it only costs $40. I think it might actually be $30, but to me, that's a very good price for what's offered here. And again, it is Chinese, but if one thing the Chinese do well is they do make very good electronics, and they make very good electrical stuff. So the quality on for example, these flashlights. I have this Phoenix TK09. It's Chinese, Chinese company, but the quality is insane. I mean, look how thick the aluminum here is. I had this light for 5 years already, and never had a problem with it. So Chinese, they do make good electric stuff. So I don't think that's an issue. But so I've had this a couple of years already. I've used this actually at work to recharge my cell phone, and for my get home bag. This was actually in my get home bag. I used this for a while, and then I changed it out. Now I use it for my hiking. And let me see if I can't turn the flashlight on. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. It's been a while since I actually used the flashlight. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, you just press the, let me shut this light off so you guys can see how bright the light is. It is 200 lumens, all right? So you can use this to signal if you want to signal. It actually has SOS also, which is really cool, okay? Let's see, what is that? Yeah, it's SOS, and it has 200 lumens, and then it has a lower setting, and then it's completely off. So to turn it on, to turn the light on, you first have to power up the unit. So in order to do that, let me see actually. Yeah, you have to press, okay, so to turn on the light, if let's say it's off and you need to use the light, you have to power it up first. You press the power button once, wait till the lights are on, and then you double click the power button and you get the full 200 lumens here. You know, it's a little bit hard for me to demonstrate because it's, you know, daytime right now, but as you can see, it's pretty bright. You know, 200 lumens, that's a solid amount of light, you know. And then you got a lower setting. I don't know what the lower setting is. And then you have your SOS, which is really cool. So, you know, that's a nice little feature that they added in there. And then obviously it's also waterproof. So very good little survival battery bank. All right, so check it out, guys. Again, I don't recommend gear that I don't use. This is stuff that anything that I do gear reviews on is things that I've actually used in the field and tested. Okay, I've actually dropped this a few times, never had any problems. All right, so check it out, guys. I think it'll definitely benefit you to have one of these in your bug out bag or your hiking bag, your hunting bag. You know, in case you got to recharge your emergency, you know, flashlight. If you're deep in the woods and your flashlight dies on you, guess what? You know, you're going to be sitting in the dark. And if you're in bear country or coyote country or wolves, you know, you're not going to be able to light up the area to see what's around you. You know, same thing, your ham radio. In SHTF, your ham radio could be a lifeline for you. If you have a satellite phone, you know, you can recharge your satellite phone with the battery bank. So highly recommend you guys check it out. So take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.